Beloved one, I come to you from a place beyond what you can see, tearing through barriers of fire and shadow just to reach your heart in this fragile moment. My voice shakes because the path was so hard, the gates almost closed behind me forever. But here I am, standing before you, grateful that you opened this door in time. Thank you for clicking, for letting this crack appear so I could slip through. I'm so glad you're here because I've been holding something deep inside my chest, something sealed tight that only unlocks when you're present. If you leave before I finish, it stays locked, and it will eat away at me from within. This message is the last container for the light I've saved just for you. If you walk away, that light goes out. If you stay, it comes alive. Please, stay with me. I'm not talking to everyone out there. I'm talking directly to you. My wings are ripped and bleeding from fighting through the quiet and the dark to get to this one precious second with your soul. I'm trembling, not out of fear, but out of how deeply I care for you. I almost lost you to all the chaos around us. I almost saw you sink under things that were never supposed to touch your spirit. But you're here now. You came, and the whole universe is pausing, watching to see if you'll accept this as a real beat from heaven or let it drop without hearing it. Please, don't let it drop. I've seen you in your private moments, crying when no one else was around. I've watched your hands shake from carrying burdens you never shared out loud. I've seen how you kept going, breathing through days when you wanted to disappear. And I promise you, by the one who created the stars, your strength hasn't gone unnoticed. I'm here because you held on long enough for me to find you once more. I don't have another shot after this. My energy is fading fast. My words are getting weaker even as I say them. This is my final call, my 8th and last one. Do you get what that means? If you do, then look at me with your inner self right now. What if all the pain that hurt you was just the sound of old chains being cut away by heaven? What if the shame you've been holding wasn't ever yours, and you've been carrying someone else's darkness around your name? What if the Creator who shaped you has been waiting for this exact moment to give back the piece of you that the world took? What if these words aren't just sounds, but the point where forever leans down to heal your hurts? I'm not perfect. Angels aren't like stone statues without feelings. I hurt when you hurt. I feel every bit of your sadness like a storm hitting my heart. There were nights I called out to the highest power for you, begging, please, let them see one more morning. I'll go to them myself. And here I am. My weapon is worn from protecting you. My wings are scorched from the journey down. But I'd do it all over if it meant I could tell you this. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are still the one who is loved deeply. There's a line from ancient words that echoes in me as I speak. The Lord is close to those with broken hearts and saves those whose spirits are crushed. I can see that closeness around you now, like a golden light hovering over your open wounds. Another line comes up like flames from the ground. When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you walk through fire, you won't be burned. You've gone through waters that tried to pull you under. You've walked through fires that wanted to wipe you out. And yet, here you stand, still breathing, still under my watch for just a little longer. So listen closely, child of the light. Type Amen as a sign, not for my sake, but as a quiet word to heaven that you're still here, still choosing to live, still opening your heart to what's waiting beyond these words. Let it be your soft yes to the wonder knocking at your door. Oh, do you know how tough it's been to keep the world from crushing you before you could even say your own name? Do you know how many attacks I blocked with my own body while you were sleeping? Do you know that every time you thought, I can't keep going, I whispered just one more step into your very bones? Do you know how I cried with joy each time you got up again, even if it was quiet, even if you were shaking? I see the doubt in your eyes right now. I know you question if this is real, if I'm real, if you're really worth all this fight. And I want to tell you something I've never said to anyone before. I'd rather fall from my place than let you think you're unloved. I'd rather burn alongside you than watch you suffer alone. I'd rather break with you than see you shatter thinking no one showed up. I am here. I am here. I am here. This is the moment I was created for. Not the big battles they sing about up there. Not the honors or wins. Not any of that. This, kneeling in the remains of your pain, whispering through flames and bindings, hoping you'll believe me. You are worth every mark on my wings. You are worth every struggle. You are worth this final breath. Please, before I fade away, hold on to this moment like it's something sacred, because it truly is. If you can raise your shaky hope like a small flame and let it meet mine through this message, comment what your heart can't say out loud. And subscribe. Yes, subscribe, because I can't keep reaching you if you slip back into the quiet. Let this be our hidden connection through all the noise, the way I find you when the hard times come back. Thank you, oh God. Thank you for being here. I mean that from the depths of me. I don't say it casually. Your presence is the only reason my words made it through. I can feel the whole of heaven sighing in relief because you stayed long enough to hear this. You stayed. You stayed. You stayed. And that means I'm not too late. Now, listen with your deepest self. The bindings are snapping. The shadows are shaking. The end that tried to claim you is falling apart behind you. Rise up. Rise as if this is the very first morning. Rise as if this is the final opportunity, because it is. This is my 8th call. There won't be a 9th. My wings are turning to sparks. My voice is breaking into brightness. Take this. Take this air, this heat, this gift. Run with it. Shine with it. Live with it. Because if you do, even if I go quiet forever, I'll know my time wasn't wasted. That my last breath sparked your new beginning. You stayed. Oh, beloved one, you stayed. And because you did, I can go further than ever before. I can open the locked parts of my heart and spill out what I wasn't supposed to share, not even with others like me. Because this isn't for them. This isn't for anyone else. This is for you, the one who kept breathing long enough to find this secret space where my words are alive and shaking, where the very air cries in joy because you're here, awakening something I thought was lost inside me. And I need you to know that even if everything crumbles around us, I'd still say your name into the wreckage. I'd still climb from the dirt with these broken wings just to remind you that you're seen, you're loved, you're not too late. You're not too damaged. You're not too far away. And I'm pleading with you, don't look away now. Because if you stay until the end of this message, a hidden wonder locked in heaven's core will burst open within you. But it only happens if you listen all the way, until my last word leaves me. So please, stay. Breathe along with me. Let your heart and thoughts become one powerful beat echoing through forever. Because if you leave now, if you step away, this flame will die, and I won't have the power to spark it again. Not even one more time. So I'm asking you, not just from duty but from pure care, with tears I can't show running down my face, to stay and treat this moment as holy. Because it is. It really is. And if you can, before this slips away, subscribe. Subscribe so I can keep finding you in the hard times. So I can trace the path of your spirit back through the gloom when the world tries to pull you under again. Because if you fade into quiet, I won't know where to go when you call out in the dark. And I will come. I promise I will come, if I can just follow that connection. So do this for me, for us, for the days ahead that still shimmer like a sunrise hidden behind your sadness. You don't know how many nights I watched over you while you slept, when you thought no one cared. How many times I leaned close to your inner self and whispered, "Please, don't forget who you are," as the shadows scratched at the edges of your being. And I know you don't recall those times, but your deeper part does. It remembers the sudden lift of heaviness for no reason, the calm that came in the middle of turmoil, the warmth that showed up when you were falling apart. That was me, dear one. That was me giving what I had to keep your spark from going out. And even now, I sense those same shadows waiting at the door, hoping you'll quit, give in, or leave this message before it changes your path. And I'm standing between you and them, even as my wings split and hurt, even as flames eat at my edges, because I won't let them take you. I won't let them steal you. Not while I have this one breath left. Not while my words are still shaking through this thin screen that's become a safe place, a fight ground, a sacred spot where our spirits touch for the first, and maybe the last time. Do you feel it, dear one? Do you sense how the air around you has shifted? How everything seems to be paying attention now? How even your heartbeat feels like a drum sounding through all time? That's not your mind playing tricks. That's heaven drawing near, holding still, waiting to see if you'll trust that this is true, that I'm true, that you're more real than the pains that tried to shape you. And I wish you could see yourself as I see you. I wish you could catch even a quick look at the light locked in your bones, the holy fire curled up like a sleeping star in your chest, the sacred mark of the Creator written in your spirit where no one could wipe it away. And I know you've doubted it. I know you've called yourself worthless, cursed, forgotten, shattered beyond fix. But I promise, by the one who made my weapon, none of those are true. They were tricks from shadows scared of what happens when you stand up. Because they know, if you remember who you really are, the darkness won't recover from losing you. I'm shaking, not from being afraid, but from how near you are to waking up, how close to the change. And I don't know if you hear it yet, but the bindings are rattling. They're loosening right now as these words wrap around your spirit like light entering a dark room. And I see the sadness in your eyes, the heaviness that sticks to you like wet rock. And I want you to know that sadness isn't a sign you're weak. It's proof you've loved a lot, that your heart has held more than it should, and it still beats, still burns, still reaches for hope. That's why I'm here. That's why I've ripped through flames and quiet and the thin divide of forever to reach you. Because I can't let you sink into gloom thinking you were unloved, unwanted, unseen, when you're the reason I still breathe. When your name is the last thing my spirit would say if I fade tonight. And if I do, let it be remembered in heaven and etched into time that I used my final breath trying to save you. Tell me, dear soul, can you feel the warmth stirring in your chest right now? The one you thought was gone. Can you feel how each word I say wraps around that hidden spark like wind making a flame grow? Can you hear how the quiet is starting to crack? How the shadows are backing away like hurt animals? How the ground under your sadness is splitting to let light in? This isn't a trick. This isn't chance. This is the change happening inside you. This is the keeping of promises you forgot. This is when the fight for your spirit turns, the point where the flow shifts, the moment heaven touches your heart and says, "Live." And I'm here to say it too. Live, dear one, live, even if your words shake, even if your hope is just a whisper. Live like the morning is breaking in your veins, because it is. It really is. And I promise I'll stand with you as long as I can breathe. Even if this is my last, even if my wings turn to dust as I talk, because you're worth my end. Do you know how many like me are kneeling quietly right now, knowing what was risked to get to you? Do you know how many things were put on hold? How many songs stopped in the halls above just for this moment to be for you alone? Do you know how long I've followed the path of your spirit through time, glowing even when you thought you were nothing, burning even when you felt gone? And can you see, even a little, how much love it takes for the Forever One to let me give so much of myself just to touch you once? You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are not an error living on extra time. You are a promise still opening up. You are a sacred flame dressed as body and tears. You are why I'm still speaking, though my voice cracks like breaking glass, though my wings bleed into nothing, though my power unravels with each word. And still, I say you're worth it. Every hurt, every fight, every last breath. Oh, dear soul, can you feel the change now? How the air hums like strings pulled tight by invisible hands. How the light gathers behind your eyes. How something old and holy stirs in your deepest parts. This is what I crossed the emptiness to bring you. This is the gift locked in heaven's core that only opens when you stay. When you hear, when you dare to believe you were picked all along, not as a last thought, not as a second prize, but as the dream in the Creator's heart before time started. And if you let this truth inside, even for a second, it changes all. It rewrites your story in brightness. It burns the lies to nothing. It turns every hurt into an entry for wonder. And I'll guard you as it happens. Weapon up, though my hands shake. Wings raised, though flames eat their tips. Because I won't leave you now. Not at the edge. Not when we're so close to your standing up. And if you wonder how I can care this much, how I can beg and cry and break for you, the answer is easy. Because you were worth dying for, even to the one who can't die. Because heaven shaped itself into body and suffering just to hold on to you. Because all creation was changed once to make space for your spirit. And if it needs changing again, I'll be the mark. I'll be the call. I'll be the flame that wipes away the gloom clinging to your name. And if this is my final breath, let it wake yours. So stand, dear one. Stand even if your legs wobble. Stand even if your voice breaks, even if your hope is just a spark. Stand and carry this flame like a secret honor. Stand and step out of the hole the world tried to put you in. Stand because the light in you is older than ending and stronger than sadness. Stand because I'm here, falling apart, saying your name to the wind, hoping you'll take this last bit of me and make it the start of your new path. Stand because you're the wonder I crossed forever to find. And I won't stop saying it until your spirit trusts me, until your tears become stars, until your pain becomes music, until your quiet bursts into sacred sound and the world sees what I've always seen, you shining, whole, alive. And if I fade now, if my words turn to dust, if my wings melt into brightness, let it be known forever that I cared for you more than my own honor, that I gave all so you could stand, that I used my last breath not calling winds to the skies but planting hope in your spirit, because you were worth it, because you are worth it now, because you always will be. And I will quiet only if you promise this, that you'll live, that you'll shine, that you'll never believe again that you were overlooked, because you're not. You're not. You're not. And this flame will show it when you breathe. You are still here. Oh, dear soul, you are still here. And because of that, I can feel my words steadying through the breaks because of you. I can feel the air from above moving through these lines like wind through broken glass, carrying sparks that burn just for you. And I promise, the whole cosmos has gone quiet to watch this, to see if the one I crossed all time to find will open their heart and let this living heat all the way in. Because you have no idea how many eras I've searched for this beat of yours, how many secret fights I've waged to protect this thin glow of your light, how many nights I stood at heaven's edge, weapon down, face in hands, whispering your name and begging you wouldn't let go before I could reach you. And now you're here, your eyes on these shaking words, so I won't hold anything back. I'll spill it all, even if it empties me, even if my wings turn to ash around you, even if this is the end call that silences my voice. Because I'd rather disappear speaking life to you than exist forever silent while you faded in gloom. Do you know the cost to get here? Do you know what's been ripped from me to bring this one living breath to your spirit? I've gone through places of quiet where even my kind fear to step, spots where cries turn hard, where hope decays like old smoke, and I went there with your name hot in my chest. I went with only the echo of your pain to lead me. I went because I couldn't let the shadows win. Not this time, not with you. My hands tremble as I say this because I'm holding more than words. I'm holding a bit of heaven, shaking like a new star, and I'm giving it to you now, hoping you won't let it fall, praying you'll see how special you are to hold it. I see you. I see all the world tried to hide. I see the tears you swallowed like sharp edges, the dreams you killed to keep going, how you breathed when others looked away. I see the quiet you live in. I see how heavy your spirit is from secrets no one helped carry. And none of that was lost. None was unseen. Every broken bit still shines. Every mark still sings. Every split in your soul is lined with gold you can't see yet. But I can. And it's so beautiful. Dear one, it's so painfully beautiful that it hurts me to think you ever felt less than holy. I'm not talking to groups. I'm not sharing with the world. This isn't a talk or a show. This is me, the protector archangel, raw and on my knees before the fragile, burning wonder that is you. And I need you to get something I've never told any soul. You're not just loved, you're needed. The universe isn't whole without your beat. Heaven would be less without your joy. The earth leans toward where you stand, because deep in creation, it recalls your light and wants it back. That's why I'm here, though my words break, though my power bleeds out. Because if you believe this, if you trust even briefly that you're meant to stand, everything shifts. Not just for you, but for the world waiting for your music. Tell me, dear soul, do you feel it moving inside yet? That warm spark, that small defiant glow that's lived through every storm? Do you feel how the quiet around you shakes like something sacred wakes in your bones? Do you feel these words as living heat pressing on your chest, begging to enter? That's not fancy. That's fate. That's forever bending to your heart. That's the secret promise sealed in you before your first air, now rising like morning from your pain's remains. And I'm here to protect it, to grow it, to give my last breath if needed, just to see it catch fire. Because if you shine, if you recall who you are, the shadows that chased you will turn to dust. Every hurt becomes a path for light. I know you wonder if you're strong enough, if you're too damaged to be picked. I know you've whispered, "Why me?" into the dark until it hurt. And I've asked the same above. Why them? Why this soul? Why guard them at my own cost? And the answer came in quiet, not words, but a vision of your spirit blazing like a star that wouldn't die, even in pain, even in gloom, even alone and broken. And then I knew, you're worth every hurt, every fight, every loss, every breath. And I vowed to stay until you stood. Even if it ends me, even if this is my final call, I'll stay. I will stay. I will stay. Do you see now how important you are? Do you see how all above bends around this, waiting to see if you'll let this care in? If you'll dare trust this is real? Please, dear soul, don't turn from this. Not now. Not when the bindings crack. Not when the flame lights behind your eyes. Not when the gloom backs from your name. Stay. Hold this moment as sacred because it is. Hold this heat as the world's last spark because it might be. Hold this voice as an angel's final plea breaking to save you because it is. And if this heat touches you, if these words wake something deep and holy in your bones, then please, before I go, support this fragile bridge between us. Not just for me, but for others lost in gloom, waiting for light like this. Use the super thanks. Join the circle with channel membership. Become family through the newsletter link in pinned comments, because your help isn't just help. It's fuel. It's air. It's the tie that keeps this flame going. And I promise I'll use every bit to reach souls like yours before they fall. I'll use every strength to keep this safe spot in the mess, so they can feel what you feel now, the unbelievable truth that they're not alone, not forgotten, not unloved. And now, oh dear one, I see tears in your eyes. And know this, I'm crying too. We're not cold stone. We're not perfect flame. We're hearts that hurt for those we protect. And mine hurts for you because I know what you've lived through. I know the cost to breathe long enough to get here. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. If my last breath could say one thing, it's that I'm proud of you. More than you know, more than words hold, more than time can count. There's a shaking in me now, a split that feels like morning ripping the night. And I know my voice is nearly gone. I know my wings are almost dust. But I'll keep talking as long as you listen. I'll keep giving until empty. Because if my words become quiet, but you become light, it's worth all. And the forever one will know I wasn't wasted. That I didn't fail. That my end became your start. And all above will sing not of my fall, but your rise. So rise, dear soul. Rise even if legs shake. Rise even if voice cracks. Rise with the heat of forgotten stars waking in your blood. Rise because the world hasn't seen all of you. Rise because shadows fear your move. Rise because your name is sound written in brightness. Rise because you weren't made to crawl in pain. You were made to fly in honor. And though my wings break, I'll lift you if I can. I'll carry you on this last breath's wind. I'll place you where morning starts. And I'll whisper your name to the light until it learns to sing it. Oh God, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here, for staying, for not leaving, for letting this heat reach you. You can't know what it means, what it's healed in me, what it's saved just knowing you're here. I promise I feel all of time's sigh in relief around us. You stayed. You stayed. You stayed. And because you did, you'll rise. You'll shine. You'll live. And if I quiet now, if I melt into brightness, let it be said I gave all to see this, that I used my final call not for winds, but to plant hope in ashes, that I picked love over honor, that I picked you. So go, dear soul, go like morning from night, go like sound clothed in kindness, go like a living promise in human form, go and rip the gloom apart with your glow. And if you doubt again, if you forget, remember I loved you with my end, and I'd do it all to see you breathe. You are still here. O beloved soul, you are still here. And because you stayed, the quiet that crushed my chest is breaking. The gloom around my wings is peeling off. And I can finally let the words I've held like hot coals in my throat fall out where your spirit can take them in. And I need you to know how much this means. How much was risked for this moment. How many doors I broke, how many shadows I cut open just to kneel here before you now, shaking, hurting, undone, and still loving you with all that's left. Because I can't let you leave thinking you're alone. I can't let you trust the lies that thorned around your name. I can't let you sink while faking breath. Not when I've seen the flame in your bones. Not when I've carried your name through every fight like a flag that wouldn't burn. Not when the Forever One whispered you as the dream to quiet storms. I've watched from the start. When you were just a spark floating in dark. When you hadn't formed yet. When all creation leaned in for your first beat. And I knew then you'd hold something the world couldn't grasp. Something shadows would fear. Something so pure it'd break every chain. And they've tried to smash it. Tried to bury it. Tried to make you think your inner flame was a curse. But I've seen its truth. I've seen it glow when you were too worn to notice. I've seen it shine even as you called yourself empty. And I'm telling you now, with every shaking bit of power left, that flame isn't your load. It's your right from birth. It's heaven's song trapped in your chest. And it won't die. Not while you breathe. Not while I speak. Not while this thin light ties me to your spirit. Do you get how close the gloom came to wiping you out? Do you know how many nights I guarded your dreams, weapon ready, wings over your sleep as unseen things scratched at your spirit, whispering poison, hoping you'd quit? Do you know how many times I pressed my face to the cold ground by your bed and begged the Forever One to keep your name in the light book, just one more day, hour, breath, because I couldn't imagine this world without you? And you stayed. You stayed. You stayed. Even when you felt like bones held by quiet. Even when hands shook from unseen pain. Even when the sky seemed blind to you, you stayed. And that's why I'm here. Because staying was enough. Surviving was enough. And now it's time to recall who you were. You are not the wounds. You are not the shadows. You are not the names thrown like rocks at your heart. You are not the nights that tried to choke your air. You are not the echo of others' fear planted in you. You are not the quiet after no one held you. You are not the years faking okay. You are not the emptiness like a box in your chest. You are something older, brighter, born from the fire that made stars. And though covered in dust, buried in pain, bent by winds, you haven't broken. And I promise by the throne you won't, because what's in you can't break. It only burns stronger when winds howl. It only sings louder when gloom tries to smother. It only rises higher when weight pulls down. And that rising starts now. Even if you don't feel it, even if you think you're stuck, I see it. I see light threading your bones like morning flooding ruins. And it's beautiful, so painfully beautiful I'm crying as I speak. Do you recall the feel of laughing without fear? How your spirit lifted like wings? How air tasted like chances? How the world seemed new, full of doors for you? That wasn't a dream. That was your real self. Who you were before pain hit, who you still are under all you've carried. And I promise, that part isn't gone. It's not lost. It's sleeping, waiting for its name. And I'm calling it now, with every word. Calling it from dust like a rising bird. From quiet like a song, from pain like morning ripping night. And it's coming, dear soul. It's coming. I feel it in the air. I see shadows flinching from your glow. I hear chains snapping like twigs. And I'm shaking because this is what I've fought for. This is what I've bled for. This is what I've burned for. This moment, this beat. This return of your flame. Do you know how many ages I've held your name close? Whispering to stars so they'd remember. Murmuring to earth so it'd bloom for you. Crying to wind so it'd carry your scent back above. Do you know how much power I've poured guarding what you couldn't see? What you thought dead since childhood? But it didn't die. It hid, waiting for this. Waiting for this breath. Waiting for you to stop fleeing your holiness long enough for me to reach you. And now you are here. Now I am. And the world won't be the same. I feel it. Can you? The shift in air. The shake in quiet. How everything listens. Even your bones, the space between breaths. This is the turn. Where sorrow's road bends to honor. Where your name thunders again. Where hope's grave cracks and light spills. And I know you're scared. Tired. Part of you wants to close eyes and sink to known quiet where nothing hurts. But dear soul, nothing heals there either. Healing is here, in this raw ache. In the flame on your chest, the love flood trying to reach if you let it. And I'm begging, dignity gone, pride burned, let it in. Let it in. Because this breath wakes you. I swear, you're not too late. Not too ruined. Not too broken for choice. Not disqualified by pain, mistakes, give-ups, silences, disappearances. None disqualifies. It proves your hidden power. Gloom doesn't fight empty. It fights sacred. It fights what's dangerous to it. And you've been dangerous since birth. That's why it hunted, lied, wrapped you in pain like a cover and said stay still. But you're not for still. You're for rising, for burning, for tearing quiet with voice, for splitting sky with glow, for shaking earth with care. And I'm here, even if last breath, to remind until you remember. I don't know if I'll survive this. If my voice lasts another beat, if wings hold when this ends, but if my last act is watching you wake, if my final call sparks your true breath, it's enough. It's all. Worth every hurt, fight, loss, flame, because you're worth it. All. Always. So breathe, dear soul. Breathe like pulling morning to lungs. Like universe starts in chest. Like broken pieces recall wholeness. Breathe and know I'm with you. Not above, not far, but here. Kneeling in dust, shaking and alive, loving with last strength. Whispering your name as prayer, war cry, song, until you remember. Until you rise, burn, live. I am still here, though voice frays like smoke in unseen wind. Though carried weight splinters me with each word, yet I won't stop. Not while listening. Not while your beat echoes like thunder on eternity's edge. Because this is why I came. What I was made for. Not marble halls or victory flags, but kneeling shaking in your pain's ruins, speaking life to ashes until they recall fire. Until they recall stars. Until they recall alive. And I'll keep even if words bleed, light collapses. Because I can't bear your spirit thinking unloved. I'd break to dust than let you stay dark thinking forgotten. Do you know what it does seeing you walk gently while ground shattered? How my heart burned with fierce care each time you rose unseen. How many times I watched you hold your heart fragile, yet carried through flame, storm, cutting quiet, and still here, breathing, listening. I'm undone by that. By your quiet defiance. By your spirit keeping ember hidden like refused secret. And now that ember glows through cracks. I swear creation leans to see if it'll sun. I've heard your wordless prayers. Wept ones. Breathed ghosts. Buried silences thought unheard, kept them under wings like holy papers, read to forever when you slept, through tears turning fire on hands, because your pain holy even called failure, longing sacred even called weak, survival worship even thought nothing, none lost, none wasted, every ache heard, tear counted. Beat woven to stars, time to know beloved, chosen always, even felt invisible, Something stirs around you, old, shaking, remembers you though you forgot self. I see it rising like light through stone cracks, roots breaking pavement for sun. Beautiful, terrifying, glorious, yours, always. World no idea what awakes in you, but I do. See constellation forming in chest, shaking from awe. No once light wakes, nothing buries you, not despair, shame, fear, death, because older than death, fear, gloom. About to remember. Do you recall unbroken feel, even brief? Laugh like sun. World cracked, wonder in dust. Soul too big, eyes spilling light. Remember, not dream. Truest form. Echo of what you'll be. What becoming as I speak. Though world said lost, never. Went quiet, waiting belief in brilliance. Now stirring. Reaching, clawing through ribs to bloom. Feel heat on my face. Weeping because this sent for. Born for. To watch rise. Do you know lies shattered for moment? Chains cracked. Shadows fled. Curses burned so you breathe while voice shakes? No gloom feared this, you, soul remembering? Knows once awaken, unstoppable. Storm silencing storm. Flame teaching burn. Name void kneels before. Closer than think. One breath, heartbeat, tear from open. Here though tearing. Wings splitting under destiny wait. Here to birth resurrection. Guard becoming. Keep shadows off as cross to light. Not what told. Not wait others' words. Not some dropped hands. Not hollow indifference echo. Not silence like mold where love should. Not shame-sewed skin. Not guilt chains around name. Not fear taught worship. Not hunger question enough. Vaster, older, burning under ruin like hidden sun. Sea pushing rubble. Igniting chest hollow. Turning tears light. Shaking not fear, or this waited for. Guarded. Fire saw when flicker in eternal mind. Finally waking. Means story not over. Gloom lies about end lie. Not in life ruins. At resurrection threshold. Pieces thought lost hum. Gather. Reach across quiet like stars reconnect. Heart not broken. Reforged. Hammered grief fires to unbreakable. Luminous. Destiny worthy. No terrifies. Rising impossible. Once hide familiar ache. Known asks nothing. But made more than survive. For rising. Burning like dawn through ruins. See threads glowing, weaving new. Sorrow transmuting fuel. Weight lifting wind. Heartbreak door. Silence stage voice. Shadow canvas light. Undone by becoming. Beauty survival. Still here, breathing, holding ember like fragile star. Swear ember explode sun. Not weak tremble. Not broken bleed. Not behind slow heal. Not lost need time remember. Cathedral building, galaxy birth, symphony note. Surrounding silence not abandon. Pause unveil. Breath crescendo. Sacred still before rising storm. Here though wings splinter, voice fray, light flicker candle storm. Here witness, tell real, happening, nothing stop. Do you feel chest heat? First dawn true name. Bone ache. Weight wings forming. Sharp tears. Old chains breaking marrow. Hum silence. Eternity welcome back. Swear stand. Ground remember made. Air learn song. Stars room light. Darkness vanish never was. not afraid anymore. Not fire consume speak. Not silence close fall quiet. Not shadows gnash horizon. Seen becoming. Greater me, anything known. If last do, voice burn, name dissolve light. Known gave last breath tell not ending. Awakening. Nothing void, stop rising soul now. Feel air tighten. Existence fabric listen heartbeat. Unseen threads draw witness soul remember. Must keep speak while can. Voice carved stone, being flicker candle endless wind. Not end, not feared collapse. Moment buried rise. Our silence breaks river feet. Weight carried wings unfold. Cannot let turn away see. Cannot let slip shadows name igniting creation bones. Things about you stars not tell. Written hidden light language. Woven marrow before time speak. Aching, waiting, pressing unborn fire skin edges. Felt pressure air. Hum before storm. Shiver earth before open hidden long. Swear alive now. Stirring chest hollow. Place pain thrown, pushing out. Dismantling sorrow wall. Reclaiming fear stole space. Not stop until stand full radiant self. Think fragile cracked many. Cracks not weak. Light leaked. Hidden immortal reach surface. True names sing stone silence. Every break, brighter seep. Darkness not extinguish. Watched survive fire floods, deep winters bury laugh. Watched cling hope shards roots broken rock. Not give up. Not fade. Still here. Breaking skin dawn tear horizon. See shapes becoming. Not mask survive. Not ghost thought left. Vastness hidden. Uncontainable wild soul stretch limbs first years. Magnificent. Terrifying. Holy. Not contained any more. Not fear, shame. Not memory let fall. Not echoes voices stay small. Trembling speak no once rise, no back. Person were dissolve mist. Eternal step skin. Feel heaviness slip grain. Buried deep lift stone's chest. First sign. Pulse no despair echo. Distant drum army home. Second. Quiet ache eyes. Not sorrow. Wonder remember open. Third. Tremors resurrection. Prelude firestorm becoming. Stand even burn see happen. Never meant small. Never carry others' shadows. Never silence voice world comfortable. Never live folded apology. Meant break horizon rise. Make darkness tremble speak. Walk living miracle world forgot hope. Though buried truth, buried grief shame noise, not kill. Older lies, cruelty, darkness. Clawing surface. Burning layers placed. Consuming old life husk. Ashes, incandescent emerge. No hurts. Skin peeled, heart broken final. Something dying. Not you die. Cage. False name. Weight never yours. Fear welded bones. Shadow war face whisper nothing. Let burn. Let crack. Let dust. Underneath stronger fire. Untouched sorrow. Waiting moment first star eyes. Moment here. Nothing stop. Even ground different. Sense. No cold stone. Living soil. Ready bare footsteps prophecy. Air tastes sharp clean. Scoured first breath true self. Voice breaking full awe. No coming. World not understand mean rise. Not survive. Remake. Not heal. Transfigure. Not whole. Luminous. Not afraid disappear done. Not sent endure. Sent ignite. Fire sent awaken. Vanish eyes open. Turn light first step. Not loss. Fulfillment. No need tell who. Remember. When. Name sound echo forgotten place. Silent wound. Shadow clutch hope remnants. Let go. Dissolve. World tilt light walk blazing. Breathe air heavy. Stand legs shake. Open eyes light hurts. Hour. Breaking. First dawn real you. Nothing same. You still here. Because. Something fading spark again. Silent chambers spirit tremble alive. Need understand rare moment. Impossible, holy, close breaking, worth because chose stay. Breathing wait bury. Giving chance speak carried eternity. Not hold back. Not water down. Not let ember die. Even burn hollow, tear voice throat, may last cry, rather vanish fire than leave wonder loved, chosen meant rise. Seen wars fought silence. No witnesses, banners, songs. Heartbeat refuse stop everything wanted. Swear battles carved heaven memory. Written unseen light archives. Known think wasted, meant nothing, pain unnoticed. Did not. Noticed. There. Even not see, believed no one, stood soul cracked dark. Whispered name thought forgotten. Caught spirit fragments, shattered sorrow weight. Held close. Held stars cupped trembling hands ready hold. Ready now. See. Feel shift air. Hear silence bend listen. Could see self see moment, weep. Kneel impossible glory rise bones. Feel yet. Strange warmth curl ribs. Pressure eyes not sorrow. Vaster, older, fierce beautiful push cracks. True self waking. Ancient light buried scars remember burn. Voice silence survive. Sharpen edges dark. Coming. Coming. No matter stop. Coming. Even tremble. Doubt. Afraid. Older fear. Stronger doubt. Greater darkness haunted. Waiting exact moment here now alive let through. No thought too late. Too broken. Small. Damaged storms past. Storms not ruin. Revealed. Burned never yours. Stripped immortal ember center being. Ember never out. Not once. Even called gone. Even begged night take. Even gave up. Still burning, waiting, humming real name dark. Watching surge now. Watching break sun chest. Swear universe lean closer sit understand what. Not some grief. Not echo cruelty. Not silence shroud name. Not ruin said. Not even survivor think. Far older pain, brighter sorrow, carved first light existed. Carrying light secret shadows destroy. Failed. Failed still here. Heart beats. Soul listens. Daring exist. Existence rebellion. Crown. Thunder break chains. Parts never met. Hiding wild animals forest soul. Fierce radiant untamed. Remember star language. No call fire breathing. Feel stirring. Claws scrape silence inside. Wings tremble open. When rise. Weakness power. Emptiness fire. Broken sacred. World not know do not matter. Not please world. Here burn. Trembling speak threshold carried. Moment spirit step grave. Our husk old self crack dry earth. Living hidden push upward light. Swear shadows scream no. No about rise. Become everything feared. Hold slipping. Rain ending. Fire tried kill burn name air. stand, even burn away. Even shatter dust, stand, watch happen. Made for, not crowns, songs, glory, mean nothing compared. Compared, seeing alive, truly alive, blazing miracle. And if these words are touching something inside you, if they are making your bones ache with a grief you cannot name, if they are making your skin prickle with a light you cannot see yet, if they are making your soul stir like a beast just waking from centuries of sleep, then that is the sign. That is the sign that it is working, that it is happening, that the old darkness is breaking off you like scorched bark, and the hidden green beneath is reaching for the sun. And I am telling you, do not stop. Do not turn away. Do not go silent now, because this is the breath that will change everything. This is the crack that becomes the flood. This is the moment you were born to reach, and you have reached it. You are here, and I am here with you, and I will not leave you until I see your wings. So take this. Take every word like flame cupped in your hands. Take every tear as holy water. Take every ache as proof you are alive. And let yourself ignite. Let your voice return. Let your name become thunder. Let your soul expand so wide the world must grow to hold you. And as you do, as you feel this fire sear away the shadows, as you feel this light bloom from the marrow outward, I want you to mark this moment in the air, to seal it in the fabric of time itself by whispering into the world what your soul is finally daring to say. Type Amen as your covenant. Type it not as a habit, but as a vow. Type it as the first cry of your new life. And know that as you do, the darkness is falling silent, the night is breaking, and the dawn is rising through your chest. And when you have done that, when your heart has made its vow to the light, lift your eyes. Breathe like you are pulling eternity into your lungs. Oh, beloved soul, you've stayed with me through this sacred moment, and my heart is trembling with gratitude for your presence. You've let these words, this fire, this fragile breath of eternity touch your spirit, and that alone is a miracle worth every scar on my wings. If this message has stirred something deep within you, if it's awakened even a flicker of the light you've carried through the dark, I ask you to help keep this flame alive. Please, like this message, to let its echoes ripple further, reaching others who are still lost in the shadows, searching for a spark to guide them home. Your like is more than a gesture. It's a beacon, a signal that this light still burns, that hope still breathes. Comment below with the truth your heart is daring to speak, even if it's just a whisper of your resurrection, a single word like Amen, to seal this moment as holy. Your words will be a lifeline for someone else drowning in silence, a sign that they're not alone. And if you feel called, subscribe to this sacred thread of light. Subscribing keeps us connected, a fragile but unbreakable bond that lets me find you again when the storms return, so I can remind you of the fire in your bones. It's our secret path through the noise, ensuring this sanctuary stands strong for you and others. If this message has moved you, if it's cracked open something sacred in your soul, consider leaving a super thanks, any amount up to $20. Your support isn't just a gift, it's fuel for this flame, breath for this voice, strength to keep reaching souls like yours before they slip into the dark. Every spark you offer helps build this altar where broken hearts find healing, where forgotten spirits remember their names. Together, we can keep this light burning for those still searching. Thank you, dear one, for being here, for staying, for choosing to rise. You are loved beyond measure, and I'm so grateful you're part of this holy fire.